Okay, so the final mile of this pinball machine now, from following the Playfield swap of the Scared Stiff, is really to check all of the lamps, all of the switches, and all of the solenoids to make sure they're all working. Often when you're just doing the swap, you might damage a little plug or connector in the back, or just plug the wrong plug in down below and can cause some small issues. So let me go through that first. I'm going to do the lamps first, then the switches, then the solenoids. And so what I've done is I've printed out the lamp matrix, the switch matrix, and the solenoid table. And I've also got a little the diagram from the manual which shows which switch is where, so I can literally just go through. Otherwise you're going back and forth, and literally just go through and tick each one off as it goes. So here we go, let's get into that, and let's see if we can get this game flipping. So first thing to do, we're going to turn on the game. And I have a printout of all the lamps, and literally going to go into lamp test. We'll go into single lamps, and we're going to go and have a look. Straight off the bat, got an issue, and the thing is that it's not out. The first is supposed to be Scared Stiff level 7, which is this lamp here, which is out. So that straight away tells me that there is a matrix issue on this. Let me have a look at the other ones that are out, and again what I'm going to do, and the interesting thing is it's a flasher that's going off, which tells me that I must have plugged something in wrong underneath. So before I go any further, I'm going to go and have a look at how I've plugged this in, because clearly I've got an issue with the way that I've plugged in, that I must have switched over a plug somehow and it's causing an issue. So having looked at that and seen that issue, I'm going to fire up on my iPad Pintrix. It's a great little app which will help. So we're going to go and select the game, go down to Scared Stiff. It's got each of the lamp matrix and switch matrix in there. So Scared Stiff, lamp matrix. So let's go. We are now on number 1 is out. So we just go not working. Let's go number 2. Number 2 is, again, it's working, but there is the flasher is going. So we're going to put that down to an issue there again. Number 5, 130, switch number 13, 13 is, so it looks like it's the whole row that's down. Either there is a issue in here, sticks level 3 is just not working at all. 2, number 16, it's working. So that's an interesting one, is 16 is working, and 17 is working, and 18 is working. So the green and the red indicates on here what's working and what's not. So we'll go over to column number 2 now. 21, we've got the same issue. So not working. Level 9, that is working, but we've got a couple of other flashes going off. So it's flashing, as well as the coffin. If you look down here, you can see this is also flashing, which is obviously not right. So it looks like I may have got something fundamentally wrong. Scared Stiff, lamp 23, that is not working. There's a real issue. I must have plugged this in the wrong place, because the likelihood that this many lights are out and the flashes are confused, there's obviously something damaged here. This lamp here is flashing, but the lamp 25 is this lamp, but also we're getting the flashing. And then from 26 on it works. So what's convenient about this, and then we've got an issue back down here on 28, which is interesting. Let's go back to, yeah, I've got an issue with 18 as well. The flasher in the head is working there as well. So far I've got, it shows up nicely, you can see what I've done. And let's go across. Got the same issue. Okay, so look, there's fundamentally quite a lot of problems. There's a lot of lamps which are confused. let me go and check how I've plugged this in under the Playfield. It's probably potentially something I've made a mistake on the back box. It's that many out, so let me go and do that. So the Playfield's up and I'm just troubleshooting various bits and pieces. I've unplugged a couple of these plugs that go off to that particular flasher. I've fixed a couple of these basic things, and you know, it's either the LED itself or the little arms which often stick up on these units. I've now tested it. I'm just looking through these quickly. I've got this on all lamps at the moment, and just looking to see which are not actually flashing. So this looks like a loose thing. So that looks like all the lamps. Now I just need to work out what I'm doing with these couple of switches, these couple of plugs, which I think may be set up wrong. So I'm going to test with those plugs out. I'm just going to test the lamp matrix so far. Okay, so now that I've got the, let me put the Playfield cam on, just completely on the Playfield so you can see it. Okay, so here we go. So now we've got, that's working. Suddenly we're looking like a hell of a lot better. Okay, so this is stiff level 3. It's not working. But when we go back to all lamps, it's not working. So physical thing again. Okay. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the DMD as well as the lamps. I've set the camera up at a bit of an angle, but you can see from the very lowest right to the top, plus you get to see the DMD. So if I've got on all lamps, you can see most of the lights except for this one are on. So let's go through the single test and just make sure. So here we go, single step, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 31, crate eye. Okay, well we know the crate left eye is not going to work because I've unplugged it. Center crate, so the crate eyes aren't working, but the outlands. Okay, so I've got to the bottom of the lights issue. I simply had one of the plugs the wrong way around, because when I did the Playfield swap, the actual markings on the plug on the loom that went into the dishwasher washed off. So note to self, use a proper permanent marker. Well, that's all fixed. I also went through and fixed a couple of the little black twist-in plug things that attached to the boards, the light boards, and I had one LED which for whatever reason wasn't working. So all in all the lamps are now working. I wanted to show you one cool thing though, so we can cycle through it.
Oh yeah!
If we go into test on this game, just that helps you troubleshoot. If you go to single lamp, let's say, and you go through, so if you look at what shows up here, the first thing is scared level 7. It tells you which one it is. Row and column, so this is light 11. You can have a look on your manual to see lamp 11. Tells you it's red, brown and yellow, brown. Now that's one thing. Now if you push the start button, you get the next bit of information, which is again yellow, brown, red, brown, and then you also get the connector J125 pin 1, and you get the fuse F106 5 amp, and so you can basically get a lot of more information by going into this, by pushing the start button, it saves you looking up a lot of stuff in the manual. You can go straight to it, the colors of the wires, and straight onto the plugs or the connectors. So that really does help. So I can go cycle through these now, and just you'll see that each of these is working perfectly on their own. Then the leaper, you can see they're all, and you can see that the crate's now fixed as well. There's another video on me replacing all of those. Every light is now working. So we're good, lamps are good. Flashers, let's test our flashers now. So there's flashes here, and you'll see, let's go. Check. Now to test the flashes, you have to ensure that the switch in the door, coin door, the little white switch which stops the high power coils from being on, is depressed. All that. Flasher test. Okay, there's one. Mid-jet is not working. Lower jet is not working. Beautiful. Playfield bolts, yes. Yep. Okay. Again, if I'm interested, I can push the start button and it tells me exactly where it is. I'm going to have J111 and J133. Let's go and have a look at that. So the first and most obvious one is just to see whether they're in properly. So I'm going to test this one first. Just take off the cap. It's a bit fiddly to get into these ramps, but let's have a look if I can do this without having to take a whole lot of stuff off. This one comes off easily. And I'll go in and just retest this. It's possible these are just loose.
Oh yeah!
Okay, so we've got it on lower test, lower. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like it's just a simple physical thing. What I might do is just test it with another flasher. That is flashing. So it looks like it's just a little loose connection in here, which, there we go. That's brilliant. So I'll put that back. That was simple. This one's not as well, actually it's not so bad to get out this one. Hopefully it's the same. It's most likely just the little wedge needs adjusting. Let's go and have a look. It's the mid-jet. I'm going to turn the game off because I can see that these little metal pins which press in against the lid are quite far apart. So to stop it short circuiting, I'm going to turn it off, get a little screwdriver, push those in. What I'm talking about is if I zoom in, you'll be able to see. Okay, it's a little tricky, but you can see that on these legs, these little metal pins that need to just be bent in just a little bit. You got to be a bit careful you don't bend them in too much that the bulbs, the wedges don't want to go in at all. There we go. So let's get that in now. Okay. Let's have a look and see how that goes. Let's see if that. Okay, so you can see that it's actually flashing properly, so that's good news. Now I don't know whether it's just this particular little LED bulb. Let's try again. Get it in. There we go. Just realign some of those wires a bit. You see, it's not. Yeah, that is not a sustainable solution. Let me have a look. So I'm going to replace this. I think it may be the actual bulb unit. Yeah, that seems a lot better. That flash is fine. This video is already 17 minutes, so I'm going to cut it here. The next video that I'm going to publish shortly has got all this troubleshooting of the switches and solenoids. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers, goodbye.